Praise the Lord, church. I hope I got my notes right here because I took them on my phone. I'm hoping they transferred to my iPad, or else I'm gonna have to turn off the video and start over. Nope, they're right here. Okay, so I hope this light does its thing. We start off with Sophia. She's looking at colleges, and her mother wants her to cast a wider net, but she wants to go to this specific college. We later find out that that's because there is a little boy that goes to school there, and she wants to follow after this boy. Now, I don't think that's really a great idea, but you know, these kids, they do their things, I guess. Zora is back, and I'm glad about it because I like her. I don't like her, but I like her. Like Lovey Simone, she's just really, like, she captivates her audience. Like, when she's on screen, it's like, what is she about to say? Because it's hilarious. So, Lovey's delivery is like everything. But, she's talking to her parents, and she's asking, can she still see Isaiah? Oh, Lord, disregard this hair. I'm going through something. How many videos am I going to say I'm going through some things? Either way, disregard. I had on a hat today, and I didn't go out looking like this, but anyway, so she's asking her parents, can she see Isaiah still? And her mom is giving a resounding no, and her dad is giving more of a we'll see. And she asked, can she invite Isaiah to Sophia's birthday party? Apparently Sophia's turning like 16 or something, about to have a party. And I'm like, why, if you already stole her man, why would you bring him to her function of all functions? But she's gonna bring him. Now, I've stolen a couple girls' mans, but I didn't bring those mans to their function. I just, you know, me and her mans was just kind of we were minding our business in other locations. I don't flaunt that I've stolen your man, but what else? Oh, during this scene, I actually wrote in my notes, where's their son? Because they're supposed to have 2 kids, but for several weeks we didn't see either of the children, and now we see Zora. Where's the son? The son is around. He popped up towards the end. We get over to the divorce proceedings, and Kevin obviously is upset. Charity feels bad that Kevin is upset, but it's like, sis, you kind of, I mean, I understand that he's gay and you just kind of feel some kind of way, but you're not giving this man time. Like, you want to stay friends, but you're not giving him time to adjust to his new life, you know, his life without you as his wife. I mean, y'all just had a baby. You shaded him down boots, you know, after the baby was born. He didn't live in the house and all of that, and then you finally let him come back, and now immediately y'all are doing your divorce proceedings, but y'all still living in the same house. And it's like, who do you think you are, Robin and Juan over on Housewives of Potomac? Like, what? But so Kevin is feeling, you know, away, and Charity is, you know, Aaron and Charity are over there on one side, and Kevin and his lawyer are on the other side, and they're discussing custody of, I think the baby's name is Nathan. And Charity mentions that she has to go to Nashville a couple times out the week, and that may, you know, alter their custody agreement or whatever. Kevin gets full on pissed. He is upset, and he, you know, slams his hand on the table and storms out, and Charity is running after him like, Kevin! It's like, sis. And she gives very, ain't nothing going on between me and him. And it's like, nothing is going on, but I really feel like you want something to be going on. And it's just like, sis, that's another one of your girls. Like, this man is not straight. He's not. Anyway, we swoop over to Grace. She's car shopping with Rick Fox, and it was just a giant Buick commercial. It was just like, hey, look, these are Buicks, basically. And Rick Fox is, you know, doing his little flirtatious talk, and, you know, she's saying it's just great to have another person who's not trying to sell me a car, and they looking at cars, and eventually we find out that the car is for Sophia for her birthday. And I'm like, has her behavior been good enough for her to get a car? Because she just got in trouble for covering up for Zora. She recently had an attitude with her mother. We've seen her give, you know, fever. And even on this very day, you know, she woke up and her mama said, you're spicy this morning, aren't you? And it's just like, my mama wouldn't have got me a car. If I gave spice, my mama would not have gotten me a car. I'm just sorry. But during the car shopping, what's her name? Grace invites Rick Fox to Sophia's birthday party. And I'm just like, why? Like, you can't invite him just to a family dinner. Why's it got to be the birthday party? Because their birthday parties, you know, it's a lot going on. It's not like, you know, meet him and scope him out and all of that, like the Greenleaf family would want to do. They would want to invite whoever Grace is dating to the function and have it just be a quiet little dinner, and we sit down and we, get all the tea on him. Lady Mae would love to sit at the end of the table and just be like, well, what do you do? How much money do you make? What's your mom's name? What's your stepdad's name? What's your cousin's, uncle's, sister's, cousin's, father's, grandfather's, stepsister's, high school teacher's name? Like, she just really wants to get down into it. And a birthday party would not have been conducive for that. Whatever, though. Let me see. Charity mentions to Lady Mae that Kevin probably is going to try to go for full custody of Nathan. Lady Mae is just like, over my dead body. When hell freezes over, then that's when it'll happen. And it's just like, Charity, you have known your mother for like 30 years. I'm not sure how old Charity is supposed to be, but I'm going to make her a seasoned saint. I'm going to make her an adult. She may still be in her 20s. I just don't know. But I'm going to say 30, just because I feel like 30 is just the base age for this. And Grace, like, she's like 40 something. So, but whatever. Anyway, you've known your mama all this time. You know how your mama reacts to certain things. And it's just like, why are you telling your mother stuff that you know she's not going to be pleased with? I know my mama. I was just telling my mama while we were watching this, there's nothing that you are going to do that's just going to straight shock me. You do little things that catch me off guard, but it's not out of character. Because I know you, because you're my mama, and because I've lived with you for all these years. I know you. Charity lives in the house with her mama. You know how your mother is going to react to things. But whatever, though. So she tells her mother, that, something. No. Okay. Let me rewind. Lady Mae is asking, why they're breaking up. Did Kevin cheat? And she said, no, Kevin didn't cheat. And she's saying, well, did you cheat? Do you have anything going on with, Jabari, homosexual, zesty Jabari? And she's saying, no, it's not like that. We're just friends. And I'm like, I think you want him. I think you do. But then Lady Mae gets real close and personal with her and is like, well, you have to tell me, is holding a secret worth losing your son? And I'm like, I don't think, I don't think that's what would happen. But she's looking off into Charity's looking off into the distance, and she's giving very, upset. And then it switches over to another scene. And of course, during that time that we don't see, she tells Lady Mae that Kevin is gay. So I want to go in order. She also mentioned that she was, because Lady Mae was like, did you cheat? Do you have something going on with Jabari? And Charity says, I'm the good sister, remember? I'm like, what does that mean? We understand, I think we all know that Faith was a little wild in her day. But what did Grace do, aside from just get on her mama's nerves? What does it mean when she says, I'm the good sister? Because to me, that means that she's finna be the bad sister. Because anytime, everybody has their moment to lose their mind. Even the good sister has her time, usually, where she does things that, the parent that likes her the most is not gonna like. So she's saying she the good sister. To me, that was a setup for her to start acting a fool. But whatever. Let me see. Skanks, we're gonna switch over to Skanks. He's over there studying his word, and I'm just like, hey man, I guess. I still don't think you saved, but all right, praise God. Jacob comes in, and the door is doing the thing again. Jacob comes in, and he's giving, who is Bass Reeves? Now, I automatically, when he said Bass Reeves, said, that's Basie Skanks. His name is Bass. Basie's name is Basie. This is obviously the same nigga. But he's like, who is Bass Reeves? And why is he donating all this money to the church? And I can't find his contact information nowhere. Basie goes on about, let me tell you a story. And then he pulls out a deck of cards, and he's shuffling the cards. He's like, find the jack. And he switches, the 3 cards around. And then, Jacob points and locates, a card that's not the jack. And this was all just a long way around him saying, I play poker to get the church money. Like, he goes into, when my father died, I had to, start playing poker to make ends meet because I didn't want to be, a Waffle House cashier like my mama. And I'm just like, all you had to do when this man walked in was say, look, I'm Bass Reeves. It's me. But he, has his little antidotes, and he goes around and he gives, all of these parables like Jesus. And it's just like, girl, please. Anyway. Grace is on the phone with Northwestern trying to get an admission package for her daughter. Bishop comes in, and he mentions that, the situation with Aunt Kayla's nerves and her husband. I believe I found out from Lady Nika that her name is Simone, but I've forgotten his name now. But anyway, Preston, Simone and Preston. He's asking what happened with that, and we get into, Grace just not having any sort of of, ability right now to give the word and be a productive pastor down to the church. Let me see. They go to Skanks and Jacob goes to the men's prayer brunch, and then Skanks invites Jacob to come to poker, and Jacob's like, I can't because I've got a family thing, which is going to be Sophia's birthday party. And then he says, well, I guess if it's for work, I can go. So Skanks is like, well, it's for work. And then they end up going. Let me see. Silverthroat doesn't like Rick Fox. Bishop Silverthroat is speaking, to Grace, and Grace mentions, oh yeah, I wanted to invite somebody to Sophia's birthday party. And I'm like, how are you asking your mom, your daddy, your mama and daddy basically, if you can invite somebody to your daughter's birthday party? Like, what? Just invite him. But she mentions that she's going with Darius, whatever his name is. I'm gonna call him Rick Fox because I couldn't catch it. But she mentions that she and he are dating basically, and Bishop Silverthroat is upset about it. He just does not want her dating a reporter for some reason. And I'm like, didn't we establish that Grace was a reporter? Ain't that what she was doing before she came back to Memphis? Wasn't she in Arizona as like an anchor woman or something like that? Did I make it up? Somebody let me know. Somebody help me. Let me see. Zora and Sophia are running, at school. I guess they in PE and they run in, and Zora is drinking a weed smoothie. And Sophia's like, I really don't feel like hearing about Isaiah. I mean, she's saying it like non-verbally. She's giving the face like, I'm not interested in hearing about you stealing my man. Zora I don't know why she doesn't see that she's rubbing in Sophia's face, or maybe she just don't care. But Sophia's not interested. She don't want to hear about this. She's trying to heal. Let this girl heal. Let me see. Basie invites Jake to poker. I think I said that already, but he invites Jake to poker at his house, at Jacob's house. And I'm like, all right, so we having poker at the house now. Let me see. So we get back over to Lady Mae, and she's shook, just shook. And she walks into Bishop's office, and Kevin is gay. And the assistant, I don't remember her name. I feel like it was Crystal, but also I feel like that was the assistant's name on the quad, so I'm probably wrong. But the assistant was up under the desk fixing the internet, and she pops up like, I better go. So she leaves, and Bishop is like, gay? Kevin is gay? Where'd you hear that? And Lady Mae's like, Charity told me. And she didn't really say it outright, but she was alluding, and she was giving, he's having urges, and he's going to, the men's self-help counseling group, and men don't go there because they love women. I'm just like, this is so messy. But then I feel like she knew that Kevin was gay, because we had a moment last season where either Charity or Kevin mentioned something, and Lady Mae gave a face like she knew Kevin was gay. So I'm just like, didn't she already know? But whatever. So Lady Mae is spilling the tea all over town. And she mentions that, she wants Kevin out. She wants him out of the house, out of the church, out of our lives. And I'm just like, dang. So you kicked out, Ricky Dillard and Kyle from Living Single for being gay. And now you're kicking out Kevin for being gay. So you are homophobic. I mean, we kind of knew, but you confirmed tonight that you just don't see it for the girls. All right, Lady Mae. You need a gay, though, to fix those wigs, because I'm tired of looking at that forehead glistening in the light. I'm sick of it. Lady Mae's forehead looks like my stomach. It's just there, like I'm light skinned and my stomach is round. I mean, I got a 2-pack, but it's round. And it's like, when I'm looking at her forehead, I'm like, this is a lot of meat. This is a lot of area. It's just like, sis, let me stop. But, Bishop Silverthroat comes out, Gigi's walking down the hall, and Bishop comes out and catches her and is like, Lady Mae said your boyfriend can't come to your daughter's birthday party. And I'm just like, this is so stupid. And Grace is like, well, thank you for trying. He's like, I ain't try, because I don't like that nigga either. I'm just like, can y'all chill? Then we see Jacob and Carissa's son, and I'm like, finally, because did y'all kick the boy out? Did y'all kick him to the curb? I believe his name is Winky or something along those lines. Then Jacob tells Carissa he can't go to the party because he has to do, poker, but he don't say that. He says he's got a work-related thing. Lady Mae talks to Kevin and is like, basically, we don't want you to make any sudden moves. Don't do this because you might regret it. And Kevin is like, I'm sick of y'all. Like, Kevin can't trust nobody no more, because Lady Mae is out there spilling his tea. He feels like Charity is spilling his tea because Charity is telling Lady Mae, and Lady Mae is going around telling everybody else. And it's like, Charity needs to know better than to spill her tea to her mama. But whatever. And Lady Mae says something along the lines of, we wouldn't want, secrets to come to the light or something like that. Threatening to tell Kevin's tea. And I'm just like, but sis, this is sis to Kevin. Sis, your wife knows you're gay. Your mama knows you're gay. Now your mother-in-law and father-in-law know that you're gay. You're out. Who else do you have to tell? Your mama knows and your wife knows that you're gay. I mean, I guess you could tell Nathan. He's not really gonna care at this point because he's fresh. But you out, sis. Just go on and pump it down to Pride and get you a boo. Like, get you a man, sis. Your mama is okay. Your mama didn't shun you. She didn't put you out. None of that. She said you are her only son and to call her more often. So, this brought you and your mama closer. You're out. Like, go to Atlanta. And, no, don't go to Atlanta because the HIV rate down there is severe. Go to New York. They do a lot of prep in New York. Take yourself to New York, to the Pride. Take yourself to Puerto Rican Day because that's the true Pride. And get you a man. Whatever though. Rick Fox calls and he's talking about how he got Sophia a car emergency kit and how he's glad to be coming to the party. And Grace has to tell him, my mom and daddy said you can't come to my daughter's birthday party. And I'm just like, this is so stupid. But whatever though. So Rick Fox takes it upon himself to break up with Grace. I think we should just be friends. And she's like, friends that see each other all the time? Friends that never speak. And he's like, I'll call you in a couple days. Bye. And she's crying. And I'm like, Grace, you need to go to the OBGYN. You need to get on some sort of a medicine. Your hormones are just, you always crying, sis. Are you depressed? Come sit on my couch. Let's talk. What's going on? Tell me. I mean, I understand that your sister passed on, but it's been a year. You ought to be healing. You ought to be able to have a good time by now. Are you okay? Call me, Grace. Hit me up on, you used to call me on my cell phone. Hit me up and see, and we can talk about this. Charity, call me too, because you're going through some things as well, because you did the Waiting to Exhale haircut, so I know you suffering as well. Call me. You know what? While we at it, Sophia, you gonna call me too, because you going through it with your cousin. Call me. Lady Mae, don't call me, sis. I can't help you with your problems. You sleeping with your daddy and stuff. I can't help you with that. But your sister Mavis, she can call me, because we can get this drinking thing together. Yeah. Jacob, I can't help you, sis. You just got to get some balls. I can't do nothing for you. But Kevin, call me, sis, and I will escort you to Pride personally. I'll take you down there. Wherever you want to go, we can go to LA Pride. We can go to the Memphis Pride. We can go to the Little Rock Pride. We can go to Atlanta Pride. We just can't sleep with nobody at Atlanta now. We can't, I'm not going to allow you, to bust it open for the Atlanta girls, because we're not, and it's no shade to the Atlanta girls. It's just the rate, the HIV rate is severe down there. I cannot allow my good sis, Kevin, to get anything on my watch. But we can go to the New York Pride. We can go to DC Pride. I heard DC Pride is live. Just call me, sis, and we'll work it out. We'll get the details together. Let me get back to this. Let me see. Charity is shook because we're back at the divorce negotiation table, and Aaron is reading, I think it was Aaron. It was one of the lawyers is reading the terms of the divorce or whatever, and they're like, joint custody, and Kevin can't sue. if we get rid of him, he can't talk about none of this. And Kevin is shook. He's pissed. And Charity was shook because she didn't know. And she's like, Kevin, I didn't know about this. And turns to Aaron, why didn't you tell me? And I'm like, Charity, you didn't know your mama was a nasty, vile gutter snipe. That commercial gets me every time. When I see Iyanla with that little island of hair atop her head, giving Neffy is a nasty, vile gutter snipe, straight up from the hood. And I'm like, and that's how I feel about Lady Mae. Lady Mae is a nasty, vile gutter snipe. Anyway, like, Charity, your mama, like, this is not out of character for her. Whatever, though. Kevin is pissed, and, he storms off again. And I'm like, sis, you're acting so queenly. You just are acting like the girls. Whatever. So they're getting ready for the party. Charity is dressed down. Do you hear me? She looked so sickening. It was like a motorcycle ensemble, something I would see, the girls pumping it down to the biker club in. She's got the shortcut and she's rocking it. She wasn't rocking it at first, but it's coming to life. And she's giving you, smushed breasts in a too tight outfit. Her arms were smushed in there, her breasts were smushed in there, but she was giving you a look. Kevin had on a suit, and I'm like, what kind of Sweet 16 suit and tie party is this? But whatever though. Charity mentions to Kevin, that's your color, you look so nice. Kevin is like, you told everybody that I'm a homosexual, and now they gonna think it's true. And I'm like, but sis, you were on Grindr like 2 weeks ago, and the man told you when you have homosexual urges to drink some Ipecac, and you did. So you a little bit gay. Like, come on, Kevin, come on now. But whatever, he's pissed, and he told Charity to stay out of his life. And I'm like, but you live in her parents' house. so you could just push it on back to the hotel if you really that shook. But I know you want to be around your son, so whatever. Sophia introduces Roberto to her mama, and tells her mama that he goes to this school that she was, you know, so intent on going to. And Grace is like, oh, it's all coming together for me. This is why you want to go to school. And then she tells her, I'll give you the admission application fee money. And I'm like, so you gonna send your daughter to a school just based off a boy? You're not gonna, you know, ask her to pursue anything? Because my mama would have been like, okay, sis, I understand that there's a boy, but let's think about other things. But whatever. So after Sophia and Roberto swoop on over to other places and all of that, Charity comes up and she's like, somebody's got a boyfriend. And I was living for the sister interaction. And I want to see Grace and Charity like go to the movies or, you know, have dinner or just do sister stuff. Like put on a Lifetime movie and, you know, have a sleepover. Like I want to see them do things together. Their relationship would be so cute. Whatever. Because their off-screen relationship is cute. I was on Instagram today or yesterday and I was watching Merle Dandridge was on the piano and she was playing, you know, and then here comes Debbie Joy, you know, and it was just so cute. They were precious. But anyway, Winky, or whoever the son, what is his name? Is it Winky or is it Binky? Is it Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Lala, or Poe? I'm just not sure. But he comes in with flowers, and I'm thinking he's bringing flowers to Sophia. But Lady Mae grabs the flowers, and I'm just like, it's not your birthday. Like, what in the world? But Aaron tiptoes up to Kevin and is giving very, if you ever need to talk, call me. And I'm just like, what did I say it? What did I say it last week? I think I told y'all last week that Aaron wants Kevin. And I feel very much like Evan. What is his name? Aaron wants Kevin. I felt it tonight. And Grace comes up out of nowhere and asks Aaron and Kevin to go off alone together to go bring Sophia's car up. And they run off, and their heads were very close in their backseat while they were trying to tie the bow around the car, you know, for the present. They were looking real close to each other, and I'm just like, gay. But let me see. We get over to poker. Basie wins a whole lot of money. You know, Jacob doubted him for a moment, and Basie tells Jacob, don't you ever doubt me again. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Bishop and Lady bought Sophia a Bible. And then Grace gives Sophia a little tiny box, and Lady Mae is over there. I love tiny boxes. I'm like, shut up. It's not your birthday. Shut your mouth. Anyway, so Sophia opens the box, it's car keys. They run outside. She's like, oh my God, a car. I can't believe it. I'm so shook. A car, yay. And, you know, the way 16-year-old girls, is she 16 or is she 17? How old is she? Because they're looking at college, you know, things. And I'm like, how old is she? Is this a sweet 16 and she getting a car? Or is this just a sweet 17 or 18 and she just now getting a car? I'm confused. What is it? Is she older than Zora? Because I felt like Zora was older than her. But Zora ain't looking at colleges. I don't think. I don't know. Anyway, so she runs out and, you know, she asks her mama, can they go to the bowling alley? And Zora, Sophia get in, and then Roberto and Isaiah get in. They pump it on down to the bowling alley, and Sophia's like, oh my gosh, I haven't bowled since I was a little girl. Let's go in and have a good time. And Zora's giving, we're not going over there. We're going somewhere else, and we're going to get you a birthday beer. And I'm like, she's driving. It's not wise. It's not, let's not do that. And Sophia is like, no, I'm gonna go in the bowling alley. And Zora's like, well, do you think I can go? You know, do you mind if me and Isaiah go off? And Sophia's like, no, that's ridiculous, no. And they go off anyway. And I'm like, something bad is gonna happen. Something not great is gonna happen to Zora and Isaiah, or Sophia and Roberto, and it's gonna be found out that they were not together. And so Sophia can just go and say goodbye to her little car if she don't call, you know. Either she's going to call Zora's mama and tell her, your daughter done ran off on the plug twice. Instead of calling, I ain't calling bite. Like, or she's going to not say anything and something bad is going to happen. And then, you know, everybody's going to be shook because why weren't y'all together? It's just one of those two things. We'll find out next week. Let me see. Pastor Skanks and Jacob are counting their winnings, and it's a healthy amount of money. And Pastor says something along the lines of him having to get his ass up out of here. And I'm like, Pastor, can you just I mean, I know some of y'all's pastors curse, but my pastor don't. And I be shook every time. But, then Jacob was like, how do you feel about gambling? You don't feel like gambling is wrong? And he's like, well, gambling is only wrong if you're doing it for the love of money or if you're calling upon the spirits of luck to do. And he's like, well, I'm not doing it for the love of money because I'm giving this money right back to the church. And, you know, I am not calling on the spirit of luck or the spirits of anything else because God's got me. He's, you know, guiding me every step of the way. So no, it ain't wrong. And Jacob is like, you not keeping none of the money? And I'm like, uh-oh. Jacob looked like he about to start having either he's going to start stealing from the church or he's got some sort of a gambling addiction, the way he was looking. I'm not going to say for certain that's what it is, but that's how he was looking. Let me see. Charity and Lady Mae, you know, have a discussion. It's not a great one. But they don't have a great relationship, so that's just that. Carissa finds like $100 bill on the floor, and I'm like, your husband don't just have $100 bills? I mean, because she picked it up, but she looks suspicious. And I'm like, every man I know has at least $100 in a solid bill. So, I mean, it's not just too terrible. I mean, if she'd have found a stack of bills, that's one thing, but it was one $100 bill. But, I mean, you know your husband and his finances, so, you know, whatever. Let me see. So I already told y'all Sophia had it. She was sick of her cousin. Sophia got all up close and personal with Zora and was like, you know, you're always with Isaiah and you're always this and that. And Zora's like, I'm not always with him. You are. You can't go 5 minutes without talking about him. And she was giving, you know, black girl in your face hand movements. And I was like, all right, praise God. Sophia's given some ethnicity finally after all this time. Because Sophia had me worried. I mean, Grace isn't, you know, the blackest of them, but your mama is, for all intents and purposes, she's black. Sophia, you've got to give me just a little flavor from time to time. And she gave me a piece, just a piece. And actually, I wanted to say that I went on the actress that plays Sophia. I went on her Instagram and found out that I still think that Lovey Simone is absolutely sickening, absolutely gorgeous, but she is not as, you know, plain as they make her on the show. So in real life, she's actually pretty sickening herself. So I stand by what I said when I was saying that Lovey is just, you know, flat prettier than her because they're both gorgeous girls. But then Zora comes through with, I would never do to you what you're doing to me right now. And I'm like, you saw her man and brought him to her birthday party. Like, shut your mouth. Anyway, Grace goes to visit Silverthroat and he's inscribing in Sophia's Bible. And I'm like, why didn't you do that before you gave it to her? But whatever, he's giving her, you know, some Bible scripture passages in the front of the Bible, just so something to remember her granddaddy by, I guess, when he finally takes his, you know, his last breaths, when this Parkinson/ALS/not ALS gets him. But, Grace is giving, you got Sophia a study Bible. And he's like, yeah, I got you one too. And she gives, well, you didn't give Faith one, you didn't give Charity one. I just don't want my daughter to follow in my footsteps. He bursts her bubble and says, well, the other day, your daughter called me up and told me she wanted to preach the little saints. So I was just trying to help her do what she wanted to do. Grace says, well, she never told me she wanted to do that. And he's like, duh, sis, because your faith is like at an all-time low right now. And she does not want to tell her mama. Can you imagine being in the glow of newfound saintness, you know, new spiritual relationship with the Lord and being scared that your mother is going to treat it like an illness or a sickness? And she's like, I would never do that. And he's like, she don't know that. I don't know that. You don't know that. I'm just like, dang. He was reading. He took a couple notes from Jacob last weekend and you know, applied. But, then he asks, what is it going to take to get her back into the fold being, you know, the Christian way. And she says, put Mac in jail, which we all knew. And, you know, he wraps her in his arms and she starts crying. And I'm like, Grace. Grace. Like I was telling y'all how I hear Beyonce calling Jay's name all the time in my head. That's how I was calling Grace. Sis, these tears, you're giving a lot of tears, but you're not coming up with solutions to stop the tears. Like, you're just going around crying all the time, but you're not fixing anything. You smashing windows and this, that, and the other, but we got to get to a point where we're going to start fixing some things, especially personal things between, you know, you and your emotions. Because I feel like she's not just crying because Mac is not in jail. I feel like she's crying because she left her sister, and I don't understand why she did. So I really want them to delve into, you know, Grace and, you know, leaving Memphis, because not only did you leave, you knew your sister was being raped by your uncle. You left. And you left for like 15, 16 years because Sophia had never met these people in her life when they came down for the funeral. So it's like, you left, you didn't have a relationship with these people at all. And that's probably what you're crying about. So you need to talk to somebody about that. Again, call me, sis, and we'll try to work it out. I have some openings. I have opening this coming Monday. You know, you can come sit on my table, my chair. I'm open Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, I believe. You can come sit on my table or on my chair. Why would you sit on my table? Just come sit in my chair. And we can talk about this. Because you are too emotional. But you're not, at this point, you're not getting anything done. You're just going around crying. Come on now, let's do better. Like, and what did she tell the officer? Like 2 weeks ago, she, you know, was talking to the officer down in the wedding chapel when I thought she was going to get married to the cop. She was talking to her and giving, you know, I have a solution. Let's get Mac put away. But Matt ain't put away. So what did you tell her? Whatever. Like, comment, subscribe, all the things the YouTubers say. Down in the description is Matea's GoFundMe. You can click and learn more about it and donate and all of that. It'll be right in the description. All of my contact information. I also made a new Instagram account, so you can follow my personal Instagram and my Rambling Reviews Instagram. It's gonna be down in the description. I didn't tell y'all I'm Kaylane, but I am. And yeah, that's it. That was Greenleaf. Peace.